Have you ever experienced the sheer terror of losing your child in a public space? I have experienced this type of elopement with my daughter, and we found her in a creek. We found her at fireworks over really far away on a playground, and I think it was the most scared that I have ever been as a parent. So Dr. Regina Crone has come up with 4 different things to look at so we can help you keep your child safe.
Okay, and this is going to be 1 in 5 different videos because we've had so much feedback about this really being a concern for families, but we also understand this is complicated. So we want to break it down, and this is really the first step in those series that we're going to walk through to give you guys some information and plans. Okay, so the very first thing I want to just mention about elopement is think about the environment first, right? Are there things that you can do to set up the environment to basically block elopement from happening? So this can be, are the locks on the door the best they can be? Are they up high, maybe? I've seen families, buy specific locks to go on the very top for that front door. We might make sure that we're walking on the outside of the sidewalk so that kids aren't bolting directly into the road by walking on the side. So there's those things that we need to think about in the environment that the first thing we can do is make sure the environment is effective. Okay, but then elopement can still happen. And one of the scariest things with elopement, beyond it occurring, is not knowing if you can change it. And so what we want to do is walk through some ways that you can look at this and start to develop a plan and a solution for addressing it. Okay, so elopement, when we start walking in and looking at this, the first thing and the very first step is you need to understand why your child is eloping. Not just how we stop it, but how are we going to actually address it based on why it's functioning. It has a purpose, okay? And so the first thing we're going to look at is it basically one of 4 different reasons, functions, okay? This is the behavior elopement. We're looking at those different functions. So the first one is it happening because of sensory related? Does that mean that your kiddo is running because they love the way it feels to run and it just happens to lead to elopement? Okay, so that's one reason. The second reason it could be happening is because of escape. What this means is that there is something happening and they want to get away from it. Maybe it's a sound that's occurred. Maybe it's that you've said, hey, let's go get in the car, and now they're running through the parking lot. Whatever that is, it's to avoid what they're about to do next or an activity. Okay, the next thing that could be happening is attention. So some kids, it's not because they're trying to avoid, it's not because it feels good, it's because they want to play chase or they want your attention. And this is a very effective way to get your attention. So that is a reason all in of its own. And then the last one is being tangible. This is when they see something and they want it. So they might run across the road to grab something off that store shelf or that they're seeing across the parking lot because they simply want the item and they're not thinking of all the barriers of danger in between. So these are the things that we need to look at before we get to our plan. So again, here's the 4 functions of elopement that are possible. Is it sensory related? Is it escape related? Is it attention related? Or is it tangibly related? And once you can identify those, that gives us the pattern, that gives us the reason, and now we're going to develop a plan, and we're going to walk through each one of those functions in the next videos. The last thing I want to say is elopement can happen with the same individual for multiple reasons. And this is sometimes why it's not effective just to have one plan for the one behavior, in this case elopement. We might have to have several different plans based on the reasons it's happening. And so stay tuned, watch these videos, and I hope you can devise a plan for each of those functions and decrease elopement.
I am so excited that we're going to walk through these 4 things because I think of all of the experiences I've had with my daughter, which are many, many experiences of losing her, and every single one of them fits in one of these 4 categories. And so I think that we're going to really be able to walk you through this and help you keep your child safe.